Debbie here and welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to make a bay window card. So we're going to do two sorts. One of them will have a cutout in the front. So it will look like that from the front, and it's like that when you look from the top. And they fold flat, which makes them great for posting, and opens up. And if you want to, you can have your greeting on the back, or you could do a greeting in the centre at the front. So it just pops under there. So that's one with the window cut. This is another one with the window cut out. So again, it looks like that from the top. And like I say, sometimes, I don't know that I'd want to put a piece on there with the to and from. So it would take away the prettiness from there. So again, you could do it on the back. The other one, so same thing, except this one doesn't have the cutout front. It's just the bay window effect. So again, it's like that from the top. Open it up. Yeah, I know it's Christmas. I like Christmas. And so this is the same again, only it's shorter, just to show that you can make them in different sizes. So again, it just pops like that. Here we go. From the top, the front, and opens out. And they look nice when they're stood up and standing on someone's mantelpiece to display. Anyway, let me show you how they're done. So to start off with, you need a piece of 12 by 6 inches card, which is 15.2 by 30.5 centimetres. So you then score it at 6 inches, or what is it, 15.3 centimetres, at 5 3/4 inches, or 14.6 centimetres, 4 inches, 10.2 centimetres, 2 inches, which is 5 centimetres, and 1/4 of an inch, which is 0.7 of a centimetre. So that's all the lines that you need. All the scoring is done on that. So we'll just move that out of the way. And then what I've done is using double-sided adhesive. This is, I think it's 1/8 of an inch wide. Just down in the fold next to the centre fold, next to the centre score line, because that's going to get folded over later on, as you will see. You could use glue, but I'd be too scared the glue's going to ooze out onto the other side of the card, and you don't want that, otherwise it won't open properly. So then for the front of the card, I have cut, so this one's actually a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. It goes together. So for the front of the card, I have cut two pieces at 5 3/4 by 1.5 inch, which is 14.6 by 4 centimetres. And the centre one is cut 1, which is 5 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4 of an inch, or 14.6 by 4.5 centimetres. So that will be for the front. Then the inside of the card is 5 3/4 by 4 3/4, or 14.6 by 12 centimetres. So that's going to go on the inside. And this bit here, that's going to go on the edge. So that will be like this piece here that you can lock the other part under. So that is 6 inches by 1 1/4 inches, or 15.3 by 3.3 centimetres. And this bit will go over the top of it, and that is 5 3/4 by 1 inch, or 14.6 by 2.6 centimetres. Okay, then I have already pre-stamped the card. So this is going to go in the front of it, like when you open it up. And this is just a little bit of a decoration to go on the front as well. So let's pop it together and I'll show you how it all works. So to start with, once you've got your little bit of tape down there, remove that bit of tape, fold your card in half and press it down. So you can burnish it just to make sure it's stuck well. Then I'm using Turbo Tacky Glue here. We're going to put on the 3 pieces on the front. So just pop a bit of glue. You can use double-sided tape if you don't like to use glue. That's totally your choice. Depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I prefer the glue because you've got a little bit of wiggle space if something needs to be moved into place. Whereas with the tape, quite often once it's on, it's stuck. So here we go here. Now, of course, if you're using directional paper, you need to make sure you've got everything in the correct direction when you stick them down. And this one will go on the last bit. There we go. So that's the front done. Now when you open it back, open it on that score line back here and burnish it, because that'll be one of the folds when you open it up for your bay window. Then your inside piece will go in here. I'll just pop some glue on that again. The papers I'm using, for those in Australia will understand this, I got it from Spotlight. So I'm not sure what you have in other parts of the world in the way of crafty sort of shops, but Spotlight is one in Australia, and that's where I got these papers from, in a big 12 by 12 inch pad. Then on this side, now we're going to put this one onto the front, and then we will attach some foam tape to the back of this. Now you don't have to do what I'm about to do. I'll do it differently on the other one so you can see what I mean. So on this one, we're going to put some foam tape, but just down one side. You don't want it all the way here, because when you close this, or when you stand this card up, you need to be able to slot the little bit underneath so it doesn't slide. So we'll just pop some foam tape here. Oops. These are a little bit small and fiddly, but I've got so many of them, I've got to use them up. And then peel the backing off. I don't know about you guys, but I know me. I collect craft stuff as well as buying it to use. I see something and I think, oh, I want that, and then when I get it, I forget I've got it or something. But anyway. And then lining that up with the edge, pop that into place. And for this one, I'm going to pop this one in here. So that's where you can have your to and from. And now with the front, we're going to fold that and burnish it on the score lines, because that will now become your bay window. Now this one we're going to bend back the other way as well. Now we're just going to add a ticket to the moon. This is just a little bit of a fun card for maybe a little boy or something. So when you're doing this, if you're going to add bit to the front, make sure you don't stick it too far on the sides, otherwise it won't pop up when you do your bay window part. And then it just sits under there, and there's your card. So it's very easy. Okay, so that's one way to do it. Okay, so now we'll do the other one. Just leave that up like that until it's properly dry. There we go. And now the other one. So same again with your base card that we did on the first one. So again, your base card is, just pop those out of the way for a moment. So your base card is 12 by 6, and then I've scored it at 6 inches, 5 3/4, 4, 2 1/4 inch. So it's exactly the same as the other one to that point. Then we're going to stick the papers onto the front. Now again, these are the same measurements as the other one. So we've got 2 of them at 5 3/4 by 1 1/2 inches. And the second one is 5 3/4 by 1 3/4 inches. So they then get stuck to the front of the card. Then once they've stuck on, I've got a rectangle die that I have placed in the centre, and then I tape it into place, and I've run that through the die machine. And when that's done, you then end up with the piece cut out there. So that will then become your window for your bay window. And again, a little bit of tape just on the right hand side of your halfway score line, between that and your 5 3/4 inch score line. And we're going to remove that and close it over. I'll just pop that out of the way and burnish it. And then open it up again, but when you open it, make sure you open it on that score line near the halfway fold, and burnish. And then for the inside of this one, again, 5 3/4 by 4 3/4, or 14.6 by 12 centimetres. And that's going to go in here. Oh, I don't know, do I have it that way? Or do we have it that way? I'm not sure which I prefer. Oh, we'll do it that way, I think. So then glue that into place. So try and do it so you've got equal bit of white, or whatever colour your base card is. That's sort of around the top and the bottom, and a bit at the side. Put it down. And then again, we have the other bit that's going to go here that will lock into the window when it's opened up. So this one again is 6 inches by 1 1/4, or 15.3 by 3.3 centimetres. And the other bit that's going to go on top is 5 3/4 by 1 inch, or 14.6 by 2.6. So we'll stick that onto the front. Again, if you're using directional paper, make sure you've got it all the right way up. Now this time, instead of putting the double-sided foam tape, I'm only going to glue it down one side. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue down one side of that and stick that on there. It's just another way to do it. So some people don't have the foam tape, so this is just another way to do it. Okay, we'll just make sure it's well stuck. And then again, fold your bay window. And so the 1/4 inch tab again. We'll fold that one both ways, just so it's a little bit easier to move. And then that just will slot in under the side that you haven't glued down. Okay. And this one, I'm going to put the greeting on the back rather than in the front of it, because I don't want to take away from the picture that I've put in the front. So all I've done here, so I haven't given measurements for this because you can cut it to suit the size sentiment that you're putting on there. And then just using weathered wood distress oxide, I've just gone around the edge with a foam blending tool to just give it a bit of colour around there. Okay, so we'll just pop that in there again. And there's that one. So that's it from the top. That's it from the front. From there, I mean, you could add more to it if you wanted to, or you could put little spacemen in there if you've got them. Or, again, you don't have to decorate them like I have. You can do them any way you like to suit any occasion that you are using the cards for. And any season, any time of the year. So they're just a bit of fun, something different, easy. And they fold flat, which is great for posting. So there we go. I'll just pop that there again in case you need to write the sizes down. So the beauty of this is you'll be able to just pause it and write them down if you need to. Okay, so thank you again for joining me, and hopefully you've liked this. And if you have, please give me the thumbs up, and by all means subscribe to my channel if you like, so you can be notified when there's more tutorials coming or posted. And please feel free to join me on my Facebook pages. I've got two, one called Card Making for Beginners and Beyond, and the other one is called Barossa Valley Crafts. So by all means, please feel free to join either or both, and you can then share whatever you've made from following my tutorials onto those pages. Thank you again for joining me, and see you later. Bye.